So let's see, that's the side view of that. I've got the bling hanging. Okay. How does that look? All right, we're just gonna do a page flip through. I left some of the blank pages to write on, and I filled scripture for lament, which it's a lament journal. So here we go. Some of the text I left if it seemed appropriate, and I kind of matched things up with it that way. It's a bookmark. And I added a little ink stamp there. And then this has writing on the back. Some space to respond to the verse. And then this, same thing, blank space. These are sticky notes, but they're sticky, goes all the way to the bottom, almost to the bottom. And then, let's see, there's a verse here. This was a watercolor play thing that we did, I think, to a video, YouTube. This is just a blank fold-out sheet to write on. Slips in there. And this is the scripture on the back. Oh, no, Lisa Tykers quote. Some quotes mixed in here as well. I just love how that falls in just the right spot. That was not planned. That just quite happened by accident, which was amazing. And then this is just a blank. This was an envelope, the inside of an envelope. A friend sent me a card and I saved it. Love the crinkle of the paper, so that's my music. And then I wrote a verse inside the doily. Quote. This I just put the lace over to camouflage the book print. Added some little bling here. And then this is a red rose tea bag. I covered up the brewing instructions with this cool ribbon I found at Walmart. And then wrote a quote on there, back to respond. And then this is a blank on the other side to write on. This is writable. That's writable. Verse down there. Oops. Quote from a book, some blank space. This was a page from this book that I altered. I loved the lyrics there, so I saved that one as a sheet. That one's a little tricky. Got kind of fussed with it a little bit to get it back in. And I did some washi tape here to dress up the edge. I thought that turned out really cute. It was a coloring book page I did, and I cut it out around the edge. This was the artist from Chelsea, Michigan. Verse on there, blank on the back. Used the sewing machine for that edge. This is the envelope, and then this is vellum. This book is inspired by Natasha of Treasure Books on YouTube. This is a page from Meyer Gardens, and a scripture from a music book from when my kids were little. This was a coordinating sheet that I made a little slip pocket out of, and then writing space. So pretty. Quotes. This was a painting I did, writing space, and then I just loved this speckly paper, so I included that. Looked so pretty, the colors with this. This was my paper clip solution to the paper clips having metal that would dig the paper. So I hot glued it, a button to it, to the little protector thing. So now it just slips on and off. This is a round tea bag, dried and emptied. That was my collage. It got wrinkled, so I got some learning to do there, but I still love how it turned out, so I'm not even sad about it. Washi tape along here. This is just pretty how it is. Even the glue made the yellow show up more, and I kind of like the stripey effect that gave, so happy accident, right? Oops, I missed a page there. Yeah, this was a watercolor painting I did. So I just stitched around the edge and then glued the edge in. And then this has a little gem and some thing on it. Pretty right. Slip that in there. Well, that could use a little stability maybe, but just fuss it in. I love these wooden beads with the bamboo and the jute. These are just sticky notes. Cute. This is a flip up quote. And then this is a hand button, which is right hand. And the verse is about his victorious right hand. So that turned out cute. This one's just blank for writing on. Oh, this bling is supposed to be, maybe I did that too tight, huh? Anyways, it can go either way. And this has a quote and a blank to write on. This is my daughter's art I found in her old notebook in the basement. So I photocopied it to be able to use it in these because it looked way cool. This is vellum over top of an envelope. This was a plastic sheet protector, and it doesn't stick very well with the acetate glue, so we'll see how that holds up. But then this was just torn paper. Oh, it's a book page. Love that little design on there. And then these are, I painted the page and made these. These are blank inside to write on. Kind of hidden notes, messages there. Maybe. Oops. Okay, it's a little fussy. Same down here. This is a painting I did, so I just folded it in half. Oh no, I made it a book. Isn't that cute? The dotted paper, but I sewed it with machine instead of hand sewing it. So that made it quick and easy. And then this was from Meyer Garden magazine. So perfect. So put that in there with that. And this is some gems to go with this stuff. This is a blank to write. Well, there's print on it, but you can write on the blank part. This one opens up. Which way? This way. Ta-da! Same here. This opens up to write on or whatever. This is a blank. Such a pretty page. I've had those for years and years and years. I don't even know where I got them, but man, I like how that looked in there. Washi tape. And then just, I kept that lyrics. And then the last page. And then this, Natasha talked about how hard it can be to write on some of the pages like this with it floppy and thick. So if you put this behind it, you've got a writing space. So I'm including that with the book. And that's my walkthrough of my first altered book / junk journal.